a very warm welcome to this special. The big game tonight between Kolkata Knight Riders and Rajasthan Royals. Both would look to bounce back after losing their last match, both for Kolkata as well as for Rajasthan Royals. And the news from the Brabant Stadium is that Kolkata Knight Riders, in fact, have won the toss and have opted to field first. That's the news coming from the Brabant Stadium in Mumbai. Kolkata Knight Riders winning the toss and have opted to field first. Again, teams and captains going with the safe decision of opting to field first, keeping in mind that dew can become a factor here and has been a factor in matches before this. So yes, Shreyas Iyer at the toss said that they like to bowl first. The wicket looked amazing and hard, he says. One side seems short and one is long, so that's another reason why we want to chase. It's something we thrive on. We just practice a lot in the nets. We've seen the videos and have had chats in the meetings. Important to execute what we've discussed. There's one change. Shivam Mavi has come in place of Aman Khan. That's the one change. So Kolkata Knight Riders have won the toss. They have opted to field first, following the trend of the IPL so far. And they've made one change in the playing 11, Mavi in for Aman Khan. Shuman, at what point will teams want to bat first? Because right now, even as we see results going, the team batting first way, captain's very cautious with wanting to field first, and Shreyas Iyer no different yet again.
I think we are not going to see any captain opting to bat first. Such has been a trend. I mean, it is pretty staggering how everyone is just opting to field. But yeah, this is how it is. This is what it is. And yes, Shreyas Iyer would be hoping that now they end their two-match losing streak and get back to winning ways, because Kolkata Knight Riders, the kind of start they had, they would not want their season to falter off so quickly, whereas Rajasthan Royals, such a good side. I'm looking forward to this match.
Okay, Sanju Samson also said that they would have liked to bowl first, and they said they'd need to be ready to do both. Doesn't have a choice now that he's lost the toss, and says our team is well set to do both. New venue for us and we need to understand conditions quickly. But like we said, there's one change for Kolkata Knight Riders. Aman Khan sits out and Shivam Mavi is brought back in. And I wonder if that is the one problem they are trying to address, which is their bowling. The bowling is, again, you've got two standout performers when it comes to their bowling. One is Umesh Yadav and the other is Sunil Naren. But the pressure is not really being built up from the other side, from the other bowlers, be it Pat Cummins or Varun Chakravarti. And of course, Aman Khan also didn't do anything. Shivam Mavi being brought in just to give a little more cushion there for their bowling.
Absolutely, and see, Umesh Yadav started well. Sunil Naren has continued his form, but then Varun Chakravarti was their leading wicket taker in the last couple of seasons. So him missing out on wickets is a huge blow to KKR, and they would want him to be back among wickets as soon as possible. See, their third pace bowling option was always a weak one. They had again trusted on Shivam Mavi, but again his inconsistent run made them brought in Rafiq Salam. He got injured, then Aman Khan came in, but I was surprised that they dropped Aman Khan so quickly, because KKR are not such side that they drop players so frequently, because they didn't use him at his best position. That was power play overs. But yes, Shivam Mavi is now back, and he would want to cement this place, and that will come if he takes up wicket up front.
That's right. So Pat Cummins has in fact talked about how there isn't any extra pressure when he goes out to bat, but his main job is to perform as a fast bowler, and he'd want to do that because he has been expensive, hasn't been getting the wickets. I mean, start was good, but since then, you don't see him being as effective so far. So he'd want to change that. Now, one change, I think, for Rajasthan Royals as well, and that change is Obed McCoy comes in place of Jimmy Neesham. Again,
so no
I would think yes.
No Trent Bolt then?
No Trent Bolt. No, Trent Bolt comes in. Okay. Obed McCoy comes in. Karun Nair comes in. Rassi's out. Kuldeep is out. And Jimmy Neesham are out. So Trent Bolt in, Karun Nair in, Obed McCoy in. And I again understand where this comes from. Though, I mean, do you see this as
Good change. In my opinion, it's a very shrewd change. They have strengthened their already such a good bowling lineup very much.
I'm a little disappointed with Kuldeep being made to sit out.
Yes, it might sound a bit harsh, but again, Obed McCoy is a very popular death bowling option in worldwide cricket, franchisee cricket at the moment, and let's see whether he delivers or not, because Trent Bolt will strengthen their power play bowling, their middle over bowling, and all hopes will lie on Obed McCoy to deliver in the death overs, because so far whatever cricket he has played, be it in CPL or in other leagues, Sri Lanka Premier League or Pakistan Super League, I think Obed McCoy has done really well, and he deserved this chance. Yes, very disappointed for a young guy like Kuldeep Singh who did well for RR in the previous games as well to miss out. But Karun Nair, very surprising pick to bring in place of Rassie van der Dusen, but again it's due to the balance of overseas and domestic players.
That's right, because they obviously got in Obed McCoy and Trent Bolt, so Karun Nair, interesting one there. But those are the three changes for Rajasthan. Karun Nair, Obed McCoy and Trent Bolt are in the playing 11, and Kuldeep Yadav, Rassie van der Dusen and Jimmy Neesham are out. I would have thought there would have been just one change, but three changes that Rajasthan Royals go in with. They want to strengthen the batting. They want to, Jos Buttler has been consistent, and one of the reasons why Rajasthan has won and have done well so far has been because of Jos Buttler's consistency.
True.
But for the others, Shimron Hetmeyer, one match, yes, played well. Devdutt Padikkal's got the starts, hasn't really been consistent. Then there was Rassie van der Dusen, who was brought in, didn't do much. So Riyan Parag's not among the runs. Sanju Samson started well, but not among the runs. So I guess they're just trying and testing. And you're right about the foreign players with 4 foreign players in it.
First of all, Devdutt Padikkal will have to fire, Sanju Samson will have to fire, because these are the two players whom they have banked for this season.
Correct.
Of course, Yashasvi Jaiswal was also one of the openers who started this season, but again he was dropped from the side. Karun Nair, Meha, he had a very poor domestic season for Karnataka this time around. Didn't get any sort of runs, be it in Vijay Hazare or Syed Mushtaq Ali. So very interesting choice, very surprising choice, given they have a few good batters among their in their ranks. So let's see whether experience will guide them through as other batters are not getting runs. But Sanju Samson and Devdutt Padikkal, Josh is there. We'll see his record with Varun Chakravarti as well, but the onus will be on Sanju Samson to lead from the front.
Okay, yes. So the news from Brabant Stadium in Mumbai is that Kolkata Knight Riders have won the toss. They have opted to field first. All of you who are joining us right now, they've opted to field first. So the trend continues of captains choosing to field, due being a factor here, and the tradition of fielding first continues. They made one change where Shivam Mavi is brought in for Aman Khan, but for Rajasthan Royals there are 3 changes, as we said. Karun Nair in, Obed McCoy and
Trent Bolt.
Trent Bolt, that's right. Trent Bolt had a niggle in the last game, and they'd be very happy to get Trent Bolt back. They were missing him in the last game, and Trent Bolt's been one of their most impactful bowlers in this season. Okay, let's take a look at the head-to-head record now for the two teams. Now, it may not mean much given the teams have completely changed, and they're playing in different venues, but then where they did earlier on. But 24 matches, 13 have been won by Kolkata Knight Riders, 11 by Rajasthan Royals. So, not a huge difference there, but the one that stands out is since 2018, Kolkata Knight Riders, that record is skewed in favor of Kolkata Knight Riders. 7 matches they won, and 2 have been won by Rajasthan Royals. That's the head-to-head record. Again, doesn't mean much, but psychological edge, do you think?
Absolutely, we have seen these head-to-head records being smashed this season. KKR defeated Mumbai Indians of all teams, so they would be very happy about head-to-head battles going in favor of them. But yes, Rajasthan Royals, see, I feel since 2018 they haven't done well against KKR, because most of the matches have been played in drier conditions, where KKR spinners have dominated the show in the last couple of seasons, be it in UAE or in India, where some of the pitches are drier. But Rajasthan Royals, the kind of team they have, I think they are going to make it have one more win under their belt in this match.
Okay. Now, before we go any further, listen into what Kolkata Knight Riders player Chamika Karunaratne had to say about this RR battle.
If I say Pat Cummins and Umesh Yadav,
Yeah.
and Jos Buttler and Sanju Samson,
Yeah.
this battle will be really good because the captain and overseas and most highest run scorer, and we have the best fast bowler and two fast bowlers, and they are having a good battle because two batsmen and two great bowlers. It will be really good battle.
So, kya KKR hai taiyar against the Pink Army? That's the big question. Kolkata Knight Riders versus Rajasthan Royals. Kolkata won the toss. They've opted to field first. Let's also talk about the X-Factor players now for the two teams. And I think we've got to begin with Rajasthan Royals. Also because he's back now playing for them after missing the last game, Trent Bolt. And we've already said that he's one of the high-impact players for Rajasthan Royals, and 33 wickets in power plays in the IPL, most by any bowler.
Yeah.
This is, you know, I mean, we've seen what he's done, not just in international cricket, in IPL for Mumbai Indians, but yeah, the reason what makes him so special in the power plays that he can just get you wickets straight
Absolutely,
away.
he targets the weakest link in any batter's defense, that is by bringing the ball in from a very difficult angle. Left armers are always special, and Trent Bolt, be it red ball, be it white ball, he has that special skill of swinging the ball up front. So that has been his strength, and I certainly feel that his battle against Aaron Finch is going to define today's game. If Trent Bolt can swing the way he generally does, then I think Rajasthan Royals will be more than happy to welcome him back in the playing 11.
Also, since 2020, 78 wickets in 58 matches. So, you know, to see him do so well in this since 2020, you just know how dangerous a bowler he is. Now, let's talk about Kolkata Knight Riders, Sunil Naren, and there's a special milestone for him. 150th T20 match with Kolkata Knight Riders. Just also goes on to show that he is one of the greatest for Kolkata Knight Riders.
Absolutely, and he's extremely loyal to them. I was watching his interview today with KKR, and he did say that he doesn't want to play for any other franchisee apart from KKR, and also named Virender Sehwag as the toughest batsman he has ever faced in his career. So a a legend, absolute legend. And whenever we'll talk about all-time IPL 11, Sunil Narayan's name will be in contention to be.
I'm a little disappointed that he's not getting to bat, you know, because when he gets to bat, he prides himself with his batting. He wants to do well. You know, you remember in the Bangladesh Premier League, I know that people would say competition wasn't as good as what you see in the IPL, but we know that, you know,
he was smashing Mustafizur Rahman there, who is ruling IPL right now. So yeah,
little expensive Mustafizur, but yeah, sure, I get that. So Sunil Narayan with the bat, I'd like to see him with the bat. Okay, let's also now talk about some of the key battles. First, as Shivan mentioned, Aaron Finch versus Trent Bolt. Now, this is something we're all looking forward to. And you see this, you know, you wonder who's going to be on top, because Trent Bolt already showing us what he can do in this season, 7 wickets in 4 matches, whereas Aaron Finch still trying to find his feet.
And this is an overall T20I record. It includes Australia versus New Zealand games as well. And for Australia, Aaron Finch has been absolutely sensational in T20 cricket. So that is the result. The runs and the strike rate you are seeing, that is the result of that domination by Aaron Finch in international cricket. But when it comes to IPL, it's completely different. Aaron Finch, after playing for almost all the teams in IPL, has still not found his feet in this tournament. And with Trent Bolt bringing the ball back, which has been Finch's weak point for a long time now, I think either Finch will go all out and take down Trent Bolt, or he will be out very, very quickly.
Okay, then the other one, Jos Buttler, the in-form orange cap Jos Buttler with Varun Chakravarti versus Varun Chakravarti. That's another one. Interesting to see this because Jos Buttler is in red-hot form. Varun Chakravarti has dismissed him twice. This Varun Chakravarti, again, I would think that, you know, with Varun Chakravarti, who's struggling in the tournament, he would really want to prove a point with this one.
See, Jos Buttler has kept it simple. He has faced 8 deliveries, got out twice. So it's 6 deliveries, 12 runs. He says either I'll go all out or I'll get out pretty quickly. But Varun Chakravarti, we have also talked about the difference why he's not getting wickets. He's very slow through the air than he was in the last couple of seasons, and that is what is making him less clinical with the ball this time around. And Jos Buttler, we are seeing a different version of himself in this IPL. We all know what he can do, but this time he has taken up extra responsibility of batting longer. He's not limited to power plays or first 8 overs. He's batting deep this time, and for RR, if someone from that top 4 can support Jos Buttler, then I think RR are in for a party, be it Varun Chakravarti or be it against Sunil Narayan.
Okay, so yes, for all of you who are joining us now, who've just joined us, Kolkata Knight Riders have won the toss at the Brabant Stadium. They've opted to field first. A couple of changes, more than a couple of changes for Rajasthan Royals, and just one change for Kolkata Knight Riders. Shivam Mavi is in place of Aman Khan, but there you take a look at that. Kolkata Knight Riders continuing with that trend of fielding first. Shivam Mavi in for Aman Khan. For the Rajasthan Royals, there are 3 changes. There is Trent, who's back after missing out the last game due to a niggle. Obed McCoy is in. Jimmy Neesham's out. Karun Nair is in. Rassie van der Tussen is out. So 3 changes to their playing 11. Both these teams will look to bounce back. They've had 2 losses. Well, 1 loss for Rajasthan Royals and 2 back-to-back losses for Kolkata Knight Riders. Now, what can one expect in terms of you know, the strategy here for these 2 teams? And I would think that it will come down to Kolkata Knight Riders batting versus Rajasthan Royals bowling. What do you say?
True, absolutely. And I just wish that they sent Sunil Narayan to open, safeguard either of Venkatesh Iyer or Aaron Finch from the swinging deliveries of Trent Bolt, and send Sunil Narayan for the kill. If he gets out, then it's a free wicket anyway. But you need to save either of Venkatesh Iyer or Aaron Finch. KKR can't afford to lose quick wickets up front as they have been doing in this season, or even I might be interested in seeing Sheldon Jackson in his natural position, which is opening in T20 cricket. So why not if Venkatesh Iyer and Aaron Finch also got off to a horrendous start in the last game. So if they are not firing, then try something different and see whether it clicks or not. But yes, I think they would want to go hard against some of the bowlers, especially an off spinner in Ravichandran Ashwin. If someone can take him down, and I'm looking forward to watching Shreyas Iyer against Ravichandran Ashwin. Shreyas Iyer is a terrific player of spin, and Ashwin, we all know, is master of spin bowling. So yeah, another exciting contest on cards.
The other thing being that now there are a lot of you asking us whether Kolkata Knight Riders will do well, and there are a lot of them asking in Bangla. So do you want to tell them?
কি বলবো বাংলায়, আশা করছি যে কলকাতা নাইট রাইডার্স যে 2টো ম্যাচ হেরেছে সেটার আজকে সেই লুজিং স্ট্রিকটা আজকে শেষ করতে পারবে আর একটা ম্যাচ জিততে পারবে। বাট অফকোর্স কলকাতা নাইট রাইডার্সের ফ্যানরা তো সবাই সাপোর্ট করছেই, আই গেস।
I have no idea what you just said, but Rajasthan Royals, halla bol from my side. Just supporting Rajasthan Royals.
Oh, it's a straight face off, Kolkata versus Rajasthan. Okay, great.
I'm from Rajasthan, he's from Kolkata. But do write in comment section as to which is the team that you're supporting, who is going to be, you know, the highest run scorer today, who will be the one who will get maximum wickets. Let us know who you think in the teams that you are supporting. Okay, let's now talk about some of the other key battles. We've already spoken about Jos Buttler, Varun Chakravarti. We've got to talk about Andre Russell and Yuzvendra Chahal. That's the one big battle I'm looking forward to. And again, look at that. I mean, when you come to with Andre Russell, do you think that I don't know, maybe hold Yuzvendra Chahal or...
If I am Sanju Samson, I would hold back Yuzvendra Chahal for Andre Russell because of the form he is in right now.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure he must be buzzing with confidence at the moment, and he has looked a different bowler this season around. I have said it earlier as well, and Andre Russell likes pace on his bat, and if Yuzvendra Chahal can maybe outfox him with extra flight or extra zip, then I think they would Rajasthan Royals need to play clever and not give Andre Russell pace of the track, because in this Brabant Stadium it's a batting paradise, as you said earlier in the pitch report. Maybe they can play it a bit smartly and save Chahal for their most informed bowler for Andre Russell.
Maybe also get Ravichandran Ashwin against the left-handers earlier on.
Yeah, definitely that's an option. Venkatesh Iyer is there, Nitish Rana is there, the two prominent lefties in that top order. So I think that we'll see Ravichandran Ashwin pretty early into the attack, and also Andre Russell versus Obed McCoy will be very interesting, because McCoy likes to bowl the Yorker, doesn't give any room to batter. He generally likes to cramp batters for space. Maybe what we saw with Umran Malik versus Andre Russell, maybe Obed McCoy would want to replicate that.
Okay, now a lot of you are cheering for Kolkata Knight Riders. There are few for Rajasthan Royals, not as many as I would like. Then there is one, Adarsh Pandey, who's written CSK with a smiley face. Okay, Adarsh, we know the team that you're supporting, but today we're talking about Rajasthan Royals and Kolkata Knight Riders. And like I said, Kolkata Knight Riders, they won the toss. They've opted to field first. One change for them, Shivam Mavi in for Aman Khan. 3 changes for Rajasthan Royals, but both these teams want to win. And the confidence that a win gives, they would want that right now, especially Kolkata Knight Riders, given that they have lost 2 of their matches back to back. Rajasthan Royals have lost 2 matches, but they did get a win in between. They lost to RCB, I remember, and then again to Gujarat Titans. Karun Nair, Obed McCoy and Trent Bolt are in the playing 11. And Rassie van der Dusen sits out, Jimmy Neesham's out, and Kuldeep Sen. Well, I would have wanted Kuldeep Sen, just how well he'd been bowling for them, but he sits out. What do you think? You think will it be Kolkata Knight Riders will be able to stop this losing streak, or will it be Rajasthan Royals? Do let us know. Shubhayan already thinks and somewhere hopes, slight hope there for Kolkata Knight Riders. He may deny it on camera, but I know he supports Kolkata Knight Riders. But also the pitch itself, do you playing a part? Though I'm a little surprised that that captains still want to continue to bowl. Given that I think in the last 10 matches it's been even. 5 have been won by teams batting first and 5 by teams chasing.
At Brabant, I think Dew will play, but it will play a role in the last 5 overs of the second innings at the extreme later stages of the match. So until then, the bowlers are in the game, and as you said, the pitch has a tinge of grass. It's quite hard. So express pacers like Umesh Yadav, even Pat Cummins, who likes to hit the deck hard, will enjoy. Trent Bolt will enjoy bowling in this pitch. So will Prasidh Krishna. But again, we have seen in this IPL that KKR's batters, they haven't really struck gold this time around, but whereas when you look at the RR batting lineup, you have so many good players of bounce bowling, good bounce bowling, that is Sanju Samson, be it their openers, Jos Buttler, extremely good against short balls, short stuff. So Sanju, Jos Buttler, even Devdutt Padikkal, he has a great pull with him. So these are the players who would like to dominate, and of course Shimron Hetmyer, when he comes, if it is a batting paradise, Shimron Hetmyer would want bowlers to bowl in his arc and smash them all over the park.
Okay, also listen into what Chamika Karunaratne had to say about the pitch.
The wicket is a little bit supporting for the fast bowlers.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit good wicket. You can 180 200 definitely good score about 180 because it's a good wicket to bat.
Okay.
And it's supporting a little bit for the fast bowlers as well, and in the power play. And what I'm saying, and in one side is always short, one side is bigger.
Yeah.
So and tactically, and we have to play accordingly with the left hand, right hand combinations, and how we're going to handle the bowlers, which player who has to take the risk from the smaller side, and who's going to play till the end. And so we all have all these plans, and yes, like you said that we didn't. It's not a lucky ground for us in last two matches, but it will be a lucky day tomorrow with 2 points with RR. So it can't be every time. So some luck has to be there. So something amazing will happen tomorrow.
Okay, now before we go any further, for all of you, I've got to tell you this, that today is 15 seasons ago was the first match of IPL played on this very day, and that's why this day is so special, because this is in a sense you know, a very happy birthday to IPL, because we have seen, and for all the IPL fans over the years, we've seen some fantastic matches, some great performances, but also you know the tagline where they say talent meets opportunity.
Absolutely.
It's perfect. We've already seen it in this season. You know, the likes of Jitesh Sharma, Ayush Padoni, Kuldeep Sen. There are so many. Umran Malik.
Brendan McCullum himself says that his life was never the same after that knock.
And that knock, it was fantastic. Well, do you remember?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. There was no electricity at our home. I heard that the entire match on radio. But yes, and surprisingly, there are so many KKR fans in our comment section. That is unfortunately, that is the only century for KKR in the history of IPL. So that has started in the first match, but since then it has been all empty. But that man will be sitting in that dugout, right?
But absolutely, and also it changed the way cricket was played. I mean, it changed everything. T20 cricket, yes, I understand, but IPL, and you know what it did to the game, the modern game of cricket, the strategy, you know, tactics. That we've seen so much of it change over the years. And now when you see even the bowlers, you know, they got smarter because batsmen were hitting them.
Mystery bowlers.
Batsmen were hitting them out of the park. So much changed with IPL. What a wonderful day to have this game with Kolkata Knight Riders. Brendan McCullum being there in that. Okay. In the Kolkata Knight Riders camp. Okay, then let's talk about what your predictions are. Should we do that before we go any further?
Yeah, sure.
So Rajasthan Royals, what's going to be their total?
Oh, Rajasthan Royals, KKR are batting first, right? So I think I'll start with KKR, and I think
Rajasthan are batting first.
Rajasthan are batting. Oh yeah, Kolkata won the toss, right?
Correct.
So Rajasthan are batting first. So I think they will post something in the region of 185 to 195, I would say. And if their batting clicks, if the likes of Buttler or Hetmeyer or Samson click, then they can go 210, 220 easily.
Okay. My prediction, Jos Buttler will get around 60 runs.
Okay.
Rajasthan Royals will get to 200. Okay.
Okay.
And Kolkata Knight Riders will
Don't jinx it.
will be all out for 190.
Great. That's not a jinx. So, okay, I'll also go with RR win then. I'm jinxing it out. Rajasthan Royals to win. No, they honestly speaking, they are a much superior
And
side.
this is, by the way, we had a show earlier on. I don't know if you were there, but we had a show earlier on where he denied it when I said that he's supporting Kolkata Knight Riders. See, he did this.
I don't.
But right now you're saying I'm jinxing it.
I have a soft spot, I did say, about KKR, but then again, completely neutral. Rajasthan Royals are a stronger side.
No, I'm not. This is just what my gut is saying for today.
Absolutely.
That, you know, Jos Buttler, And I hope till the time that we're here, Jos Buttler does not get out. I'm not going to jinx it, but Umesh Yadav takes the new ball. And how good has he been?
Absolutely.
Just a revelation, really.
Economy rate of 5 in power play, that says it all. I mean, he has bowled fast, he's swinging the ball and bowling cleverly. This is a different version of Umesh Yadav that we are seeing after a couple of seasons in IPL. Hasn't gotten a truckloads of chances in IPL. But yes, interesting battle against Jos Buttler. If we can get him back to the dugout early, then what better than that?
Jos Buttler, Devdutt Padikkal at the crease, Umesh Yadav with the ball, 3 dots. So Umesh Yadav, again, like we said, with a point to prove. We've seen in this IPL with someone like Dinesh Karthik, with someone like Umesh Yadav. There are players who are saying we're not done yet. We're far from done. Yeah, Hardik Pandya as well saying I'm going to come back, into the Indian setup. And I'm wondering, even as we follow this game, I'm wondering what the selectors will have to do by the end of this IPL, because you've got players who were already on that team sheet, who've not been performing well, and then there are players who are putting their hand up and saying, look, I'm Hardik Pandya of the old. I can bowl 140 plus. I can, bat like the way I've batted.
True.
It'll be interesting. It's not going to be easy for Chetan Sharma and team.
I think India need to talk to ICC and make two teams mandatory for every international country. But yes, the amount of talent we are seeing right now is simply ridiculous. I mean, we haven't seen. You have covered cricket for so many years. I don't think any one of us has seen India creating such pool of talents. For World Cup, they had a 25 member squad fixed for, and they were hoping that the selection would be around that 25 members pool. But now with the likes of Dinesh Karthik, Hardik Pandya also throwing his hat in, and a few other players as well, things are going to be very tricky, because from that 25 player itself, it was going to be 16 member final squad. So to shrink that 25 to 16 was already a tricky task. Now with other players also joining in and saying, okay, here's the give us the bus ticket. It's going to be very, very tricky for Chetan.
So it's been a safe start from Rajasthan Royals, 2 for no loss. 5 balls have been bowled already, so 5 deliveries, 2 for no loss. We get you all the latest from the world of sports. News 9 Sports is where you need to go and subscribe to that handle, and you can get the latest update. That's it from Shubhayan and me. Goodbye.